In a small village tucked between red earth roads and tall palm trees in southwestern Nigeria, there lived a woman named Adesewa. Every morning, before the sun fully rose, the village woke to the sound of roosters crowing, mortar pounding yam, and Adesewa's footsteps on the dusty path leading to the stream. Life in the village was not gentle, but it was familiar. Mud houses stood shoulder to shoulder, children chased goats barefoot, and elders sat beneath the old iroko tree, sharing wisdom older than memory itself. This was the land Adesewa knew. This was the land that shaped her, but life had tested her early. When a husband died suddenly, the world did not pause for her grief. The rain still fell, the soil still demanded planting. Hunger did not wait for mourning. With 3 children and no steady income, Adesewa became both mother and father, farmer and protector. She carried sorrow in her heart and responsibility on her shoulders. There was no time to break. There was only time to survive. Some days the weight was unbearable. She would wake before dawn, strap her baby to her back, and walk miles to the farm. The sun burned her skin, blisters formed on her palms, and her legs trembled from exhaustion. At night, she lay on a thin mat, staring at the zinc roof, listening to the silence, wondering how she would survive another day. There were moments she wanted to stop trying, moments when hope felt too heavy to carry, but persistence and quiet strength. But every morning, she stood up again. When drought came and the crops failed, Adesewa did not curse the land. She learned to plant cassava instead of maize. When traders cheated her at the market, she returned the next day, wiser, stronger, refusing to disappear. When people whispered that a widow could not succeed alone, she said nothing. She let her actions speak, and with time, they said everything. Years passed. Her children grew. One became a tailor, another a teacher, the youngest a nurse. The same village that once pitied her now pointed to her with respect, not because her life was easy, but because she refused to give up when it was hard. Her struggles had become her testimony. Her endurance had become her legacy. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon and painted the sky with orange and gold, Adesewa sat beneath the iroko tree. Children gathered around her, as they often did, waiting for a story. She smiled, her face lined with years of struggle and strength. "My children," she said softly, "life will test you. It will knock you down and ask if you are finished. But resilience is not about never falling. It is about standing up each time, even when your knees are shaking." She looked at the red soil beneath her feet. This land has been beaten by rain, cracked by sun, and trampled by feet. Yet every season it produces life again. That is resilience, and it lives inside you, too. The children listened, wide-eyed, as the evening breeze rustled the palm leaves. They were not just hearing a story, they were learning how to live. Adesewa's story was not written in books. It was written in calloused hands, tear-stained nights, and unbroken determination. She did not become strong because life was kind. She became strong because she chose not to surrender. And so, in that small Nigerian village, resilience was not just a word. It was a way of life.